Hello all together, it's great you're here in our first Oemof tutorial. All of you want to model energy supply systems for optimization, for example, the supply costs or emissions. For this project, you want to use Oemof. That is an open source framework to model energy supply systems. In this tutorial, you will learn how to install Oemof under the operating system Windows. We will follow the 5 steps. First, how to install WinPython. This is the programming language Python for Windows. Second, we install the programming system Oemof. Third, we have to install a solver that has the algorithms for linear or mixed integer linear optimization. We will use the solver CBC, which is also an open source solver. Fourth step, we will download an example to prove if everything works. And finally, at the end, we will install further libraries. So now let's go to the web page of Oemof. Here under oemof.org you can find the web page, and on the right hand side we find Oemof's documentation. If we click that, then we can go to installation and setup, and because you want to do it under Windows, we click the Windows. So now we get right to the point using WinPython, and we can download the latest WinPython for Python 3.x, and we have to check if it's a 64 or 32-bit system we have on our computer. So now let's take the WinPython link. So we will use WinPython as programming language. Python 3 includes the language and several tools you will need. But first we have to check the architecture of our computer, if we have a 32 or 64-bit operating system. To find it out, we will go with the mouse down to the left edge, click the right button on our mouse, go on System, and on this window we will find that we here under System Type that we have a 64-bit operating system. So we have to download WinPython for 64-bit. So this is it, and now we can go on download. We will choose the version 3.5 and not the 3.6. This one is not recommended. So now we'll go to the download. So we take the WinPython version for 64-bit and we click on the exe and get the download, and it will start in 2 seconds. 10. Okay, now we click the button Datei speichern to save the exe. Here we go, and we can see that it is working. Normally you will find the file under downloads, and here we go. Here is WinPython 64-bit version 3.5.3. We will click that one, and now it will be unpacked. That will take a while, then we have to wait. Mighty. Okay, 100, here we go. We have to agree, and now we have to give the folder where we want to store the file. Linux Programme. But you can choose any folder you want to and put it in there. So we have Linux Programme, then we have the folder WinPython, Okay, and now we can go on. Okay, good. Now that we have the folder, we can push the button install. And again, this will take a bit. So we didn't choose the regular or the recommended folder because there could appear problems with spaces, so that's the reason why you choose a separate one, an own folder for the extraction. When it's done in a few seconds, then we get to the second step and we have to install Oemof. But first we go on next. Everything is completed. Next, and it's finished. Perfect, all done. WinPython is installed. So now we get to install Oemof, and for that we have to go to the WinPython command prompt program, and we can find this one in our WinPython folder. And here we go, here it is. And now we have to write pip in. Now we'll see what happens. Collecting Oemof. Perfect, it's working. So let's see what's happening. Many things he's downloading. It's running the setup Python. And the directory where it's downloading. Pages, different libs and stuff. And here you can see the Oemof already. Okay, so it's done. Now that we have installed Oemof, we get to the third step and we have to install the solver, and for that we go to back to the Oemof page and go on install a Windows solver, and we take the CBC solver, that is also an open source solver, and we have to take that one for the 64-bit, and we will run the zip, and it's already working there. Now that the download is finished, we will go to the Explorer, and here we find the CBC file that we have to unpack, and we make a double click and we will unpack 2. So we choose this bottom up here, and he is giving us what he is choosing, and we will change that. We want to have it underneath another path. This is individual for each computer, so choose which path is useful for you. We will pack it under Linux Programme again, and here we go, and now we can push OK. Okay. Now that we have unpacked the CBC solver, we have to add the path of the executable file of the solver to the path variable. For that there is a tutorial that you can follow, and I can show it right away. So we go with the mouse down to the left corner, click with the right mouse, go to System, and here we have in German the erweiterte Systemeinstellungen, and here you can find it in English the advanced system setting, and we click that one, and here we get the advanced variables, and we have to go to the Umgebungsvariable, so the environmental variable. We click that one, and we have to choose the path that we want to change, and here we get all the paths we have, and we put on a new one. And we go on Durchsuchen, and then we can see where it is, and it's under this PC, Win 10, Linux Programme, the CBC. So that's it, and we can click OK, and OK, so the path is changed. Now we have to start the computer, what I have done in the meantime. So everything should be installed and working, and to test if the CBC solver is working correctly, we will run an example. So we go on the link run examples to check the installation. We click on that, and I go to the WinPython command prompt file that we have used before, and we will, following this example, write or choose one example. We'll take the storage underline investment example, so we have to write Oemof underline examples, and then we take storage underline investment and enter, and see if the solver is working. We already get results, so it looks like as if the system is working. Solve the optimization problem. Perfect, that's what we want. Let's see, we should get some charts at the end for a special energy supply problem. So now he's plotting the results. Here we go. So the solver is working. Perfect. Now you can start writing your own optimization program. For that, we use the program Spider. You can find this on the WinPython in your path where you installed it. Here we have the program Spider. We open it with a double click. Now it's opening. So this is the way it looks like. We have 3 windows, and now we open our example again. So we go into open, and it's sitting under Win 10, Linux, WinPython, and then WinPython, and then we have to go under Python libs. You see, it's quite complicated. Libs, and then side packages. Oh, I want to click that one, and then I think I have then there should come examples. Examples, it's a bit further up. Here we go, examples, then solve. Here are the examples, and we had the example storage investment. I can open that one with a double click. And this is the example now, again with a double click. Here we go. Here is the code now. So if you want to make your own program, you can use whether an already existing one and change it, and I will not explain it now what is written down here. This will be the next tutorial, but we can, to see if it works, we can run it now. So we go on this icon here and start the optimization, and we see on this window down here that it is already working, and we will get the same charts in a few seconds. This will get interesting. So here we go. Here's the CBC Excel that is working, resolving the model, plotting the results, and now here we get the charts we saw already.
The fifth and last step is to install further libraries. First, you want to install the demand lib. With this application, you can create power and heat profiles. For that, we will go to our command prompt, which we already used several times. And here we will write pip install demand lib. So now this will work. Second, we install the application feed-in lib. This application calculates feed-in time series of photovoltaic and wind power plant. For that we use again the WinPython command prompt and write pip install feed-in lib. So now we do have everything to install Oemof and run an optimization model. I wish you good luck and fun developing your own energy supply model. If you have any questions, you can contact me. And here you find the web pages with addresses and phone numbers. Thank you for watching our first tutorial. Goodbye, Janet.